All right, well, Florida is the place to be, at Texas, but Florida, of course, gives you that ocean view and all of that, and the pricey real estate that comes with it. Texas, a tad more affordable, depending on where you go, of course, and doesn't Katrina Campins know it? Follows the Florida market very closely, one of the best at that. Her Campins Group, very, very popular, especially with the well-to-do. I would assume that Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen fill that definition. They're among the latest who are plunking down some big dough for a Florida home, right? Good to see it.
Absolutely, Neil. I've been doing this for 2 decades now. I don't want to age myself, but for 2 decades, and I have never seen such a crazy real estate market. People are flocking here, celebrities, business professionals, everyone alike. They're escaping, places like New York, California, and they're spending a lot of money. When the pandemic first started, I really predicted that real estate prices would actually go up, and many people didn't agree with me. And the reason for that is because people have more home equity in their homes, interest rates are very low, and people have reevaluated the importance of home, which is why we're seeing across the board people investing in homes. And we don't have enough supply, which is why prices in Miami, for instance, many times have skyrocketed 30% in the past 6 months. You're seeing it more in the single family sector, but you're also seeing it with condos. And as you've seen, some big transactions have taken place with some very well-known figures on Indian Creek, which is considered the billionaire bunker, if you will, of the United States. And they're spending 20, 30, 40 million dollars on properties, and they're paying cash.
Well, I know Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared are among the latest to sort of seek out a bunker there. And obviously the sky's the limit on how much, but how does that spill over to the rest of real estate? If you see that type of activity on the top, does it just follow through that the rest goes up? I mean, I know what you're saying about home equity and the like, and that's one of the things that has been rising at a marked rate. I think the highest we've seen in more than half a decade. But it seems particularly pronounced in Florida.
Absolutely. We're actually seeing what's interesting is the statistics actually saw a lack of supply across the board, but it's trickling down. Obviously not everybody can afford a 20, 30, $40 million property, but you're seeing people spending $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in South Florida, and they're spending a lot of their cash on home spaces. And we can't get enough supply on the market. It's really amazing. You put a property on the market here in Florida, and you have 4 or 5 bids within hours. And many times you're getting what you're asking for or over asking. And that's just indicative of all the people relocating here. We've discussed this in the past, Neil. I'm just a little afraid of what's going to happen with our traffic because not everybody is out to work yet. And we're already beginning to see that be a little bit of a hindrance. But across the board in real estate, you're seeing the numbers go up in all of Florida, and not only South Florida. I also sell a lot in the Tampa area and the Naples area. You're seeing both coasts skyrocket across the board, and we just need more supply on the market, which is why home builders again now are becoming a little bit more bullish. And we're also seeing prices per square foot get to numbers that you only saw in New York. $3,100 a square foot was one of the last home sales here on Miami Beach.
But is there any risk to overdoing it, Katrina? Do you think there's anything in the last housing boom that went bust? I mean, remember when people were buying condos and units, literally without even seeing them, and they were switching them like, chips on a gambling table. Has that returned? Do you worry that it can get too giddy?
Well, you know why it's different this time around, Neil? Is because people are actually living in these spaces. They're not speculators. They're not investors. People are actually relocating. Financial firms are relocating here. I'm actually right now at a listing of mine. It's owned by Carlos Boozer. I do a lot of sports and entertainment real estate, and we got 3 bids when we came on the market. So you're beginning to see just that need for home space, and they're all end users. They're not speculators. I'm not as bullish on the condo market as I am the single family because obviously if we have another shutdown, which I don't think we will in Florida, but people are planning ahead, the amenities will be shut down, the pool spaces will be shut down, and people are going a little stir crazy with their kids.
Good point.
So when are you coming to Florida, Neil?
I don't know. It's a beautiful place, but I like the snowbird strategy. You go there in the winter and all that, and maybe head north in the summer. But we'll talk. I'll look for things that are a little tad lower in price ranges than you're offering, though. It's always good having you, Katrina. Hope you have a wonderful holiday.